Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a minute. I haven't done this in a minute, but we're back. We're back in full force. Now, I finished my exams, my final exams for the year, which means I'm on summer break. But what I want to talk about was the examination process. Now, throughout the whole 3 weeks that I had this exam, through countless studying and everything, one thing I realized at the end of it is exams are fucking stupid. Okay, maybe that might be a little too far, but I think examinations are unfair or unnecessary. I think those words suit that term better. And it's simply because of it doesn't really cater to the needs of everyone. Like, I know for a fact that whenever people mention this, because I'd like to hope I'm not the only person that have had this thought, but the moment you mention the uselessness of exams to anyone, especially old heads, they start fuming at the top of their lungs, saying stuff like, "Oh, you just don't want to study, or you're procrastinating, or you're just lazy." But most people don't realize that people have different abilities, and examinations generalize a lot of these things. So people don't do well in those conditions, and it sounds confusing to say because well everyone is different. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to put us through scenarios, and then we will sort it out at the end of this video to see if I am tripping or not. So my first scenario, let's say you've studied, you've put in all the hours, put in all the work and everything. You get to the examination hall, they give you your books, and you can't think of anything. Like you can't remember anything. You don't know what the date is. You don't know in some cases you don't even know what your name is. Everything is blank. Now you read the questions through, and you know that you know these questions, but you can't remember the answers to any of them. That's called brain fog, and that happens to a lot of people. Mind you, it's different from regular brain fog where you just forget stuff. Examination type of brain fog happens right there and then. For those 2 hours that you have that exam, you can't think of anything. You can't remember anything. And it's cooked. It's genuinely cooked because most people that suffer from this, I'm going to say suffer because that's insane work, but most people that suffer from this, the moment they leave the examination hall, they remember everything. They will start engaging in conversations post exam and it's like, oh bro, like yeah, I knew this shit, I just couldn't write it. And then they fail the exam regardless of whether or not they actually know what they're doing. They failed. So yeah, that's our first scenario. And now our second scenario is the same thing. You have studied blah 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 and blah. You get to the exam hall. In this case, you know what you're doing. Like you know everything that's on that paper. But then 15 minutes roll by, 30 minutes roll by, you start feeling antsy. 40 minutes roll by in some cases, and then you just want to leave. You can't stay in that same place for shit. Like this basically explains like a half of people with like ADHD and ADD and autism and all that kind of stuff. They're not functioning properly when they stay in one place, which I can relate with. I hate examinations because of the fact that like 30 minutes into them, I just want to get the fuck out of there. Like it's so annoying just sitting in one place. And in my case, I normally have headphones in, so like I listen to music while I'm having my examinations. If not, I would just not write anything and I'll just dip because I can't fathom myself just not doing anything except writing for 30 minutes. It's pretty cooked. And then like also hearing it from other people, it makes you think about stuff like that because most examination bodies are not really willing to see eye to eye with people that have stuff like this, and they just wave it to the side as laziness. You failed because you're lazy, whereas there's people that suffer from stuff like that. And so for the final scenario, let's say as usual, you've had your exams, you've studied, you get into the exam hall, and you start jittering. For some reason, you have mentally downed almost 800 milligrams of caffeine. You start shaking uncontrollably. For some people, they start sweating. They can't focus on anything, and they think everybody is talking to them or looking at them. And that's why I'd like to call examination anxiety. Most people have examination anxiety, and hearing it from them is very weird because they could be the most functioning human you would see. They would have conversation and hold conversations with you until they get in the exam hall, and then they're a different person. Like they can't concentrate on anything for shit. They're just very jittery. And some people have been known to vomit in exam halls because of stuff like that. And well, it doesn't seem to concern examination bodies because most of these people still fail, and then they have to either plead for an extension or plead for like redemption classes because of that. Which further proves my point as to why I don't think examinations are necessary, because most of these guys are even smarter than regular people that wrote the exams, but because of stuff like that, which they obviously cannot control, they end up failing, and then it's their fault. But even if this does not please the old heads as to why most people fail, because I know somebody for a fact will still call this a skill issue, let's look at very obvious reasons why I don't think examinations are necessary. My first reason being cheaters. No, not those kind of cheaters, like cheaters. People that cheat in exam halls. Like, I feel like that's very self-explanatory. Like, to be honest, like that's very self-explanatory. Anyone that cheats in an examination hall obviously does not know what he's doing. That's why they're cheating. But then they cheat and they pass, despite there being nothing up there. And then they go to the next level with nothing up there. what is the point of the examination? Like, obviously, everyone's guilty about this because there's other reasons that make them cheat, like whatever. But I'm not talking about them right now. I'm talking about the examination itself. Like, there is no point of the examination if you're going to cheat on it. Obviously, that's why people try. That's why invigilators try to stop people from cheating. But blah 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 blah. But the fact that they are trying to be stopped just means it's flawed. Like, if there isn't a system that can properly test you to see how well you would do in certain course or certain area, then I'd say it be changed or at least be looked at, modified or something. But I digress. And my last reason would be people that just forget. Like, people that read and then forget after the examination, which I broke it. I fixed it. I'm guilty of this. I'm very guilty of this, and I don't care because I've got the memory of a goldfish. Like, I don't remember anything. And especially with subjects that I find unnecessary, I'm not retaining that topic or that information for a good 2 hours. Like, whatever I have read at that point in time is going to stay in my head for like 30 minutes after the examination, then it's gone. But regardless of the facts that I studied or not, if the information isn't there after the examination, then there's no points to the examination, because then I'm basically in the same standing as someone that doesn't know shit. Even though I passed your examinations in flying colors, the fact that I can't tell you anything after the examination just means that I failed, basically. But examination bodies don't know that. So in their head, they think I'm good for the next level or next year or whatever, which is stupid, agreeably. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story basically is examinations are unnecessary to a degree. Now that I actually reflect on it, like, I wouldn't say they're totally unnecessary. Yes, they do have some use, which is a very surface level use. But I'm just saying that the point of examination is starting to be flawed. Like, you might as well just hold like a freaking public hearing or make them swear by the Bible that they know what they're doing and then let them pass or something. Because the moment anyone brings up a topic like this, even regardless of examinations, with academics in general, everyone leans towards laziness. But there's underlying issues like this. Like that, it literally proves why there are people in sports that they should not be. And then there are people that are not in sports they should be. So yeah, if I'm tripping, then I'm tripping. But I genuinely think examinations are unnecessary and they should be revamped or modified or something. I don't know. But yeah, this ends the video. It was a really short one, unlike my other ones. But yeah, I'm going to start posting more consistently as I really don't have anything doing anymore. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Share to everyone that will watch it, and let me know your thoughts on this subject. If there's anything I need education on, let me know. I am willing to hear all your opinions. And yeah, man, till the next time I see you guys, y'all stay safe and love.